Prison for the murder of Trey McGillicuddy. Brandon Artis was found guilty of murder, armed robbery, and intimidation for an incident dating back to August. Just hours after his sentencing, Artis sat down with our Brady Williams to discuss the trial.
So Randy, Artis says he plans to appeal the jury's finding. He says he's sad that he's been sentenced to 100 years in jail. At the end of all of this, despite a heavy sentence for murder, he says Trey McGillicuddy was his friend and that he didn't kill him.
On August 27th, both the Vanderburgh County Circuit Court and Brandon Artis agree that Trey McGillicuddy was killed after a drug deal with Artis.
I was at the house.
You were there when he was killed?
No, I wasn't there when he was killed, but I heard the first shot.
That's where stories diverge. Artis claims a third man came in and stole his necklace, and when Trey lunged for a gun, they wrestled before a shot was fired and Artis ran. When I spoke to McGillicuddy's fiancée, Cecily Brunner, in September, she said she never saw more than 2 people in the home.
There was a man in front of him with a gun. That's all I seen. Trey had the baby in his arms, and him and the man were going back and forth, and Trey said, "Bruh, don't do this, I got kids," and put the baby down, and the man started shooting.
Police eventually arrested Artis based on her testimony and evidence on both McGillicuddy and Artis's phones.
Never once in the discovery or the affidavit was anybody able to identify me on either occasion.
And yet, the affidavit says Brunner knew the offender as Big Truck, which was found to be a contact in Trey's phone for Artis. I asked him if he got a look at the supposed shooter. He says stole the necklace off his own neck.
I didn't get a clear look, but I did see dreadlocks and I did see some gold teeth in his mouth. Because when I look back, I do remember the gold teeth. He was like a darkish, a little bit darker than me, I would say. And he had short dreadlock braids.
He claims gold teeth and leg tattoos were used by witnesses to describe the shooter during the trial. Those descriptions are absent from the affidavit, which describes the offender as a heavy-set man with braided hair around his shoulders and a short beard that connects the chin, sideburns, and mouth. Artis and police agree again that McGillicuddy knew the shooter.
He said, how you gonna do this to me? So I took it as he knew him for a while.
Artis was arrested a full 11 days after the shooting. Those were 11 days where Artis says he knew his friend may have been shot.
I did not call 911 just out of fear for my life and for my kids and my family.
Police found items in his home that match what was reported stolen from McGillicuddy. Now, he's been sentenced to 101 years in prison.
It's really difficult for me just hearing that large amount of time, and it's like, wow. I mean, I feel I'm 100% sure it'll be overturned on appeal, guaranteed.
Whether that appeal moves forward or not, Artis claims someone else, maybe even a friend, killed Trey McGillicuddy.
You know, to think if you know, someone were this person who shot him, to hear someone who's your friend say, "Why would you do this to me?" I mean, I couldn't imagine what that must be like.
Yeah. It's pretty difficult for me to go through this process also. I just gotta wait for the appeal, honestly. I mean, I feel he didn't deserve this. And like I told my lawyer, I can't plea out to something that I didn't do.
Now again, he has been sentenced after a jury trial to 101 years in prison. That is for murder, armed robbery, and intimidation.